Thinking of buying a pool? Then don't miss this. I'm here with Matt Nolan of Prairie Pool and Patio, and we're going to give you the rundown on pools for your backyard. Matt, thanks so much for being with us today. I appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, okay, so let's jump right into this because I have personal goals of having a pool at my house. I'm sure a lot of people do. So let's just start with kind of the obvious. With pricing, what does that look like? I mean, if somebody comes to you and they're like, I want a $20,000 pool, is that, I mean, do you just like buy a kiddie pool at Walmart and throw it in their backyard? Or?
Right, yeah. I mean, there are some options for some more economical pools. You know,
Okay.
your above ground pools, obviously your small Intex pools that you can
Sure.
buy from Sam's or Walmart. But if you're wanting to do a full
Like an
custom
in-ground
pool,
pool.
in-ground pool,
Yes.
yeah, you really need to start your budget in the $60,000 to $70,000 range.
Tell us a little bit about the difference of a fiberglass pool versus a vinyl liner, I believe, and then a gunite pool. So there are those three different ones.
Right, so a vinyl pool is basically paneling around the perimeter of the pool.
Okay.
And then the bottom is going to be finished with a cementous material, whether that's concrete or they make some different materials that you can put down.
Okay.
And then a vinyl liner that is pretty much drooped across the bottom of the pool.
Okay.
And so that's attached at the top of the pool. They do give you very nice watercolor.
Okay.
So you have a
So
lot
your
of
water looks beautiful.
yeah, you have a lot of different options for vinyl liners. And then if you get tired of that particular liner, it's pretty cost effective to just replace
Switch it out.
Yeah, drain your pool and get a new liner.
Do those last about 5 years, 10 years? How long do the liners typically last?
Well, with everything, and I know we'll talk about pool maintenance here in a minute.
Yeah.
But with everything, you know, it's all about chemical balance.
Okay.
So yeah, if your chemicals are balanced, then all the equipment, all the surfaces in your pool are going to last a lot longer.
Sure.
But with your typical vinyl pool, I would say between 7 and 10 years for a
Okay,
liner.
so that's a decent amount of time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we talked about vinyl. What about fiberglass? Because I've seen those and they look really pretty.
Right, yeah. Fiberglass is a great option, especially for this area. Essentially what that is a fiberglass shell, you know, so a hole is excavated, sand is backfilled into the hole, and a fiberglass shell is dropped down into that hole. Then it's filled in as the pool is filling. The beauty about a fiberglass pool is the installers can usually get them in about a week and a half time frame.
That's really fast.
It's very fast, yes. So a vinyl liner is probably going to take you, you know, in the 2 to 3 month range.
Okay.
From start to finish.
Okay.
And then a concrete pool, about that same time for a basic package pool.
Sure.
But once you start getting into a larger pool or some of the nicer finishes and the nicer decking, then
And of
that's
course
gonna,
it takes longer.
Correct, that's gonna extend that.
Okay, so if we're doing a gunite pool, the nice thing about it, from what I understand, is that it's very customizable. So you can put whatever kind of panels up, however, or not panels, I guess, but rebar and stuff like that up, and you can make it look however you want. For instance, my father-in-law has one in the shape of Texas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, hopefully we're not putting any Texas pools in Arkansas, but you just never know.
Right. Yeah, so a concrete pool, yes, it is fully customizable. We do design these pools, you know, very early on, and you can add steps, benches, ledges, and that's kind of really popular right now. You know, when we're talking about customizing the structure of the pool, we're looking at how is the customer going to use that pool to the most of its capabilities. So,
Right.
Currently, right now, we're building a pool, and our client said, "I want a teenager pool."
Okay,
And I was like, okay, so what's that look like? And she goes, I want them to be able to, you know, pretty much sit anywhere they want in the pool.
Yes.
I don't want it deep or dangerous. Just have many different places that they can lounge in the sun.
so what I'm hearing is that you made that decking a little bit further from the roof so that the kids aren't jumping off the roof into the pool.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
My husband was definitely the one doing that in
Right,
his teenage years.
I was too, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, different water features and stuff integrated into some key
Sure.
areas. Yeah, so you know, we really focus more on the concrete pool.
Okay.
You know, we like going into somebody's backyard where they already have a design, where they already have an architect, or whether they need us to come up with something for them. Just kind of matching their landscape, their terrain, their needs with a quality design that we can execute.
So what are some of the cons of each one of those types of pools? So we talked about the liner. What's a con that you're seeing in the liner type pool?
Yeah, so with a liner pool, you know, it obviously it's a very thick material, the liner is, but yes, it can get damaged, it can get ripped, whether that's with a dog paw, with like the end of a vacuum pole or a brush pole, or children with, you know, sharp toys in the pool. You know, that's probably one of the bigger complaints that I hear about a vinyl pool. The other is if you're in a low-lying area and there's a lot of groundwater, you know, that paneling behind the vinyl is not watertight. So water can intrude behind that.
Sure.
And so if you do have a water issue, a groundwater issue, then maybe that is
Maybe not the best choice.
Correct, yes.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Matt, for your time today. I hope you learned something new. I know that I did. If you are interested in getting a pool, give Matt a call. I'll put his information below, and I would love to have you subscribe, comment, and like, and follow for more. Have a great one, guys.